Hey guys, welcome to Crypto Investigators. This is David with some quick Bitcoin TA for you. Before I dive in, if you could please just hit that like and subscribe button. And also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified for when we create new content or when we go live. And with that said, guys, we are looking at, I believe, some massive bullish divergence on the daily. If you have bullish divergence on the daily chart, that is much more likely to play out than not. I'll also have momentum waves, and the momentum is starting to swing. See how it swings back and forth? And then, so we're having this really big swing down low on the momentum wave. And it hasn't been this low since September of 2019. So just think about that. Not even C19 sell-off was this low on the money flow. But now we're coming back up, even as price is coming down. So just think about that. Also, relative strength index. We have been moving up, although I will say it has been rather slow, but this is good. And the reason why I think this is good is because we've been slowly accumulating. When I say we, I mean retail investors, and I assume probably institutions, just been accumulating in this range for quite some time. And we've had more green days than red. That's a positive. The red days seem to be really big. And that's when we get up, and so we had this initial liquidity zone, and then we've got a big sell off out of that. Then we came up in this next box here, and really it's really tiny, but every single time we've gone up in here, boom. But then we come back down in this box where we have more liquidity, but on the other end, buys, boom, shoots back up into this zone. And then what happens next? Shoots back down. But this time we close a little bit up and we get this nice little wick here. And then we get a little slow grind up, get back up in here, and then the next day, boom, today. And we're right back in here. And we fell lower than we did on this wick, but not lower than we did on this one. And it's slowly starting to build back up. So supply is really getting eaten up in here. And you don't have to have high volume for the price to move the price up or down in a big way. You just don't. You don't have to have high volume. There's no. It helps. Obviously, if you want to go, especially if you want to go like parabolic, yeah, you're gonna get some volume. But not too much. This isn't the right chart for volume actually. Let me go to a volume chart. Even though this one's already drawn out, that's fine. I will go to the index chart that I have been drawing on. And I did mention that I would go over this in my phone video for Twitter. So I think I'll do that now. But first I just want to show, so parabolic. So this was the possible top, the first top, which I'm starting to think was the top. But there's just one thing about that really throws me off, and that is the Bitcoin halving cycle. And we already have one video of this on the YouTube channel, so you can go and check that out. It's by Mr. Use Case. He talks about looking at Bitcoin on a macro scale and looking at the halvings. And I kind of just wanted to, piggyback off of that and expand on that a little bit, as I have been doing my own research on it ever since he brought it up. So I just wanted to kind of take a look myself and see if we couldn't go deeper into that. So if that sounds cool to you, hit that like button, maybe even subscribe to the channel. All right, so first I just want to get this volume thing out of the way. So yeah, we had high volume here. Let's really zoom out. So we did spike up. We need to see where we are. Okay. So we did spike up right here on this first little like blow off topish. Came down, and look where the momentum wave fell. Fell down, then it curved back up, and it pushed up. And the momentum was already turning over when it was grinding up in here. Momentum was giving its own bearish divergence on here. You can see it right there. It's just going down steadily while price was going up. So that is another divergence. It is money flow divergence. Now, taking a look at the volume, so you got the spike there, and that's usually just in like the really big moves. But just to move it up like this, like we did right here, there wasn't a lot of volume in here at all. We've had more volume lately than we did in this whole move up. So just, keep that in mind. This was a big zone in here, and this is, I believe, it's somewhere between 7 and 12 probably. You could see there's a lot of trading going on in that zone, which typically means a lot of liquidity. And you can match the volumes on these to try and pinpoint a location. And so it looks like the last time that this was matched up was it capitulated, and we have the RSI vastly oversold. We go to today. So this is a little zone. There we go. Yeah, so we have a capitulation off of this block here. And then we're a little oversold. Not too terrible. 23, not as low as back there. On the daily anyway. But that's fine. So this bottom one, by the way, this is the Lux Algo oscillator indicator. It kind of acts like a smooth RSI, kind of. And right now it's showing this like absolutely bottoming out. And usually when it bottoms out like that, that means it's in the green, which means it's time to buy. Start buying. But there's a multitude of other factors. If I throw on Lux Algo, and this is just an indicator package, just helps you kind of see the market a little better. So on this, it has these reversal zones. So Bitcoin will like pop in and out of the reversal zones. Now what I like to do is wait for this indicator called the trend catcher. I like for that to turn green and for the candles to turn green to kind of give me confirmation of this buy signal here. So right now I have this on autopilot. If I change this to the default setting, you'll see a lot more signals will come in here typically. Kind of surprised. Well, it is on the daily. you'll probably see a lot more a difference in signals on lower time frames. But that's neither here nor there. Lux oscillator, Lux algo, pretty awesome indicator. You can't just go by the buy and sell signals. You can't do that. You've got to have a confluence just like you do with any other indicator. So don't just think this is I just got to buy and then sell when it says buy and sell. No, it doesn't work like that. Sometimes those buys pop up and then they go away. So that's just how it is. But anyway, so we have all this liquidity and all this trading volume coming in right here. This volume up right here, push up, and then now we're just sideways. Let me turn this Lux algo indicator off. I said this was going to be a short video, but I can't do that. I'm at 10 minutes. That means you guys need to be hitting that like button, or I don't get paid. I mean, I'm not getting paid anyway. The channel's not monetized yet, but maybe one day we'll get there. So yeah, you can see increased trading volume going on in here. But so yeah, we're just in this really tight range, and that just feels like accumulation. Now they could do whatever they want. They could, and when I say they, I mean the institutions. They could just go, okay, nope, we're dropping now. Or they could go up and then be like, oh, no, we're dropping. Or they could just grind us out of here, or they could be like, oh, now it's time to go. Like, it's so annoying when we're stuck in zones like this, because this is the really big, like, okay, what's next part of it all. What's next? I need to know what's next. What's going on? But anyway, so we're just not gonna go any further into like just the intraday, the daily stuff. It's kind of a headache. Not really. I just didn't have any material prep for that, so that every single bit of that was, on a whim, and which is how I do like all of my videos. I mean, sometimes I prep stuff like this, but I don't have like a script or anything. I'm just, hey, let's observe this together. So I put this together, and what this is this shows the Bitcoin halvings, which is all of the yellow bars. Right, and this is the expected, time, early May of 2024 for that block to be mined for the next halving. I just went ahead and drew a halfway point between this halving and this one, and then I wanted to compare that to previous markets. So as you can see, after each halving, there tends to be a little knockback. You can't really see it on this screen, but there's a knockback there. And then it like just goes crazy. And then you go sideways for a year. And then you just kind of work your way up, halving, knockback, and then bam, take off again. And then we go sideways and down for, a year. And then we start working our way back up, getting a little rocky, up, C19, and then come up, knock back, push up, and then now we're just kind of doing this weird, I don't even know. I have an idea, but I'll save that for another video because I need to prep that one. But what if Bitcoin needs to go 85% from where it is? And let's just say this is the midway point. This one actually nailed the midway point. This one actually nailed the midway point. This one was just past the midway point. If you can see the arrow that I'm talking about and the actual midway point. This one was just past it. This one was dead on it. So are we going to be a little bit on this side? If we were to follow, you know, the regression? No, what word am I looking for? Chat. Dang it, I'm not live. Okay, moving on. I know that was corny. Shut up. When would this put us at the end of the bear market? October of 2022. And then we would start working our way back up into the halving as we have done. So we can just go ahead and pull this here, pull a fractal, and we can just show, okay, we can work our way back up, or we can pull this fractal. Okay, we're just gonna work our way back up. I mean, but the trend is your friend until it ends. Even if that trend is a halving cycle. Trend is your friend until it ends. Now, there is theory floating around out there that we have reached the bottom of the bear market and that we could see a big move up. Obviously not, I don't think it would be the 500,000s, but we could see a big move up, maybe even break into that 100-something thousand range. And then we really have a fall off in here, because the next halving is still right here. So we'd have a big fall, and we'd probably work our way, and it's going to be messy. And then we're going to hit that halving, crash really hard. People are going to think it's over, and then it's just going to go on a mega bull run. Probably 500,000 somewhere in there. Maybe. For the next cycle. Let's just see. I got a little bit past it, which they tend to come up to here anyway. So there's that. Oh, look at that. It's weird how that works sometimes. But yeah, so I don't know, guys. Are we going to just follow the Fed? Are we going to follow the halving? Are we going to do the opposite of the Fed? Because the Fed, likes to put out one message while the opposite is happening in real life. So who knows on that end, on that front? So I don't know. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to point out, just one last thing before I let you guys go. I wanted to show how you can tell when a price is in an uptrend. So I've got it marked off on here. It looks kind of weird, so I'm going to do something. I'm just going to come over here. So typically you will have price action that looks something like this, or it looks something like this coming down, right? It's gonna take on that type of shape, that form in some type of way, okay? So what you are looking for is for these highs to get crossed. Okay? So that point right there is typically whenever you pass over a high like that, that typically confirms a breakout. Often on those breakouts, we see price pop up above the line, come back down, test for support, and then move back up. And if you test that support you pop up right here and you come down and you test that support and you break that line again, another, it's the exact same thing, just on a smaller time scale. You break that again, that's like super confirmation. You're more than likely going to continue this uptrend. And it just keeps going on until it doesn't. This one I would not like because it crossed into the territory of this one. But same thing for over here. I shouldn't have drawn this so close together. Let's do this one. So come down, pull back, break. You break this low, and then that's typically confirmation that you're in a further down. You're continuing the trend. Whatever the trend is, up or down or to the left or right, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, the trend is your friend until it ends, until the end. So, but that's it. That's going to be it for this one. I'm glad I was able to put out some type of, just technical analysis video. I love doing this type of stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like and subscribe. Also, the point of the crypto investigators, as in a general sense, as our main focus is our Discord community, which you can join in the description box. Well, we have a link to where you can join our Discord within the description box below. And so basically members just come in, they shill coins that they just heard of or want us to just look into, or just something that they're a really big fan of, and they shill their coins. And then every week we put those coins up for a vote, and the top 3 within 48 hours with the most votes, we do video overviews on. And we are probably not, we're not perfect in that area. We probably will never be perfect, but we will always try to improve on our content. So we appreciate feedback and corrective criticism, but not in a mean or vicious way. We just it's just dumb. So if you think you're getting through to us, talking to us that way, you're not. Outside of that, just want to say thank you for all your support, and I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Follow me on Twitter @LunarBeaches. Peace.